Hey, it's Rich from Rich Big Gaming, and in this video we're going to talk a little bit about Imperial Assault, some information I've very recently just found out, and what we think it could mean for the future of the game. So as most Star Wars miniatures, FFG, AMG fans will be aware of, back in November last year, Asmodee announced that AMG would be taking over from FFG with all of the Star Wars miniatures game. And since then we've seen announcements from AMG around Star Wars Armada, Star Wars X-Wing, Star Wars Legion, but nothing from Imperial Assault. Now, Star Wars Imperial Assault is a bit of a strange game. It kind of sits somewhere in between a board game, an RPG and a miniatures game. By the way, three categories that all have different licensing rules from Star Wars or now Disney. So we've had restocks in the UK of Imperial Assault in the last couple of months, meaning that I've been able to finish off my collection, and it got me wondering about what is the future for this game. Are we going to get any more expansions? There are some things that have been hinted in artwork, such as the Ewoks, and other characters that really should be in the game, such as Yoda. And then whether or not we're going to be getting any more content for the newly released app Legends of the Alliance, which is okay in itself, but could do a lot more with. So I did a little bit of research online, looked into the announcements that were made at the time back in November from the guys at Asmodee, everything that the guys at AMG did, plus also what everybody at FFG did as well. Went to my usual source for all things Star Wars miniatures, Krabak, and it felt like the general consensus was that, yep, Star Wars Imperial Assault was a miniatures game, therefore it will have moved over to Atomic Mass Games. They just hadn't made any announcements about it yet. So last weekend, I thought I would take a chance, take a punt, and reached out directly to Atomic Mass Games on their social media channel. Here's the message that I sent them. In short, just asking them what their plans were for Imperial Assault, if they were discontinuing the product, if they would be supporting the app in the future, and just anything that I could glean from them. And to my surprise, they did get back, and they got back very quickly as well. But take a look at their response. So whilst it was a short and sweet answer, it very clearly clarifies two things. Number one, AMG are not in control of the Imperial Assault product, and the FFG are still in control of it. So it hasn't been moved off to another studio either. So what does that mean moving forward? Personally, I think the future of Imperial Assault looks much brighter sitting under FFG than it does sitting under Atomic Mass Games. And just to be clear, this is not a dig at AMG. I think AMG are a fantastic miniature studio, make some of my favourite games, and they will do a really good job with the Star Wars franchises that they have. However, having two very similar products under the same studios, I always feel like one of them could be neglected. Now, the jury's still out on what happens with Armada and X-Wing, but for me, I think Imperial Assault has a much better chance sitting under FFG. They already made announcements last year that they were not finished with this product. They've already made the announcement that they will continue to not only support the app, but there will be additional physical products available. And if we look at FFG's track record, whenever they are going to discontinue a product, they typically give players a big warning, sometimes to their detriment, sometimes 2 or 3 months in advance of the final 1 or 2 expansions being released. So I think they're going to be true to their word, and I think we can expect some future content from Final Fantasy games within the Imperial Assault universe. So lastly then is just to cover off the licensing issue. So I mentioned earlier that miniature games, RPGs and board games fall into 3 separate licensing categories from Star Wars Disney, and if AMG have taken over all of the miniatures games from Final Fantasy games, at least within the Star Wars universe, does that mean then that Imperial Assault is actually classified as a board game? If that's the case, is there then some conflict with the Hasbro licensing that's in place? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen with it. I believe the licensing is due to be renewed or renegotiated towards the end of 2022, 23. So that could mean that there's going to be a delay on new Imperial Assault expansions or new figures packs, that sort of thing. But we'll have to wait and see. And let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. As always, it's great to hear your thoughts on these sort of things. Do you think it's good that it stayed under FFG? Do you think it would have been better moving over to AMG? Or do you think it would have been better moving over to a completely different studio? Please like and subscribe. It always does let me know that you're enjoying this type of content. And as always, stay safe, keep well, and until next time, bye for now.